Welcome to the Life of Being podcast, where we talk about all things life from a healthcare perspective all around the world. I'm your host, Kelly Tan, and in each episode, we'll explore stories, science, and wisdom to help you live well, think deeper, and express life fully. Let's begin. Today, we're excited to be having Dr. Lewis Sumner all the way from the UK. Lewis is a chiropractor who graduated from McTimoney in 2021 and has worked in LinkedIn before opening up his own practice in a Cotsworld in January 2024. He's also the host for the Chiropractic Student Podcast. And a fun fact of him, he has a tattoo of 33 on him, and I'd like to know about that story when you introduce yourself there. Dr. Lewis, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. If anyone was watching, if this goes out via video as well, then
Yes.
I held up my arm
Yeah.
because I've got
Well,
30 on the back of my arm. Yeah.
we'll start with that. Tell me more about how you got into chiropractic. When did you have that 33 tattoo? That's pretty cool. And
All
then your
right.
journey towards opening up your own practice.
Okay. So it's a little bit of a long-winded story. So I'm now 29, turning 30 this year. But when I was 14, I was playing table tennis just like in a local league. And I was really sporty. I was into I was doing I can't remember what it was called, but like an access to sports diploma and BTEC and
Ah,
things.
okay.
Because we're a bit young to be like a we go school, college, university.
Yes.
It's a bit young to be doing a college course,
Mm.
but I was doing that access to that because I was really sporty and into all that stuff. I wanted to explore the route of chiropractic, osteopathy, physio, sports therapy, all of that stuff. So I was playing table tennis, and essentially one of the guys at the local league was a chiropractor. So, and I'm talking old. He must have been like 75 years old. He was so young. We built up a really cool relationship, and my mum got to know him, and he would pick me up for training, take me home,
Ah.
and we'd do that like 2 or 3 times a week. So we got to
Mm.
know each other really well. And this guy is called Stan Harding. And he's quite well known in the McTimoney sphere because he actually was one of the first students of John McTimoney. And so he'd been practicing for a long time. Anyway, I obviously got talking to him. He started adjusting me when I was 14 years old. I had a slight dextroconvexity at my TL junction. So not quite, I wouldn't call it a scoliosis, but I think it was like a 15 to 18 degree curvature out to the right. And he was like, great. Well, let's address this. Let's adjust you. Spoke to me, taught me about how holistic and vitalistic chiropractic is. The body heals from the inside out. Really changed my mentality on allopathic medicine and really the vital body heals itself kind of approach. So started getting adjusted by him very regularly. And by the time I was about 16, 17, I was like, I'm going to be a chiropractor. That's it. I know it. This is it. And very luckily, he also owned and ran McTimoney College of Chiropractic. That was way back when. After a few years, by the time I went to uni, he no
Mm.
longer did. It's now run by Christina. But essentially, he managed to kind of ease
Yeah.
me. I hate school. So I actually took 2 years, 2.5 years out. I didn't want to go to uni. And I was like, Stan, can you just teach me how to be a chiropractor? And he was like, mate, unfortunately, in this country, you have to go to uni to become a chiropractor. Um, so I was like, I hate school. I'm not going back, blah, blah, blah. Continued getting adjusted by Stan.
Mm.
He slowly was like, I was getting really bored in just a desk job. I was fixing computers.
Mm.
I've always been like that sort of hands-on, get in there, fix stuff. Not that
Mm.
we fixed, but I like to get
Yeah.
in there. Eventually, I ended up going to McTimoney College of Chiropractic, did 4 years. And whilst I was there, one of the big things that really helped me get through uni, because I still hated school. I loved chiropractic, but I hate being told what to do and the school
Mm.
environment. I
Mm.
think that's common in chiropractors. That's why we all open our own businesses. And there's no such thing as a big chiropractic business because we all work.
Mm.
So what got me through was, I don't know if you've heard Kairos training community.
Yes.
Yeah. So I started really getting into less of the school environment of chiropractic
Mm.
and more into the, okay, move, breathe, meditate, adjust, speed. And actually, that was my introduction to more diversified, other than McTimoney. So
Mm.
McTimoney is very speed oriented and it's very unilateral rather than bilateral. So like a thoracic it's literally a single-handed toggle rather than a double-handed cross bilateral or something like that. But it got me really excited. I fell into that sphere for about 2 years, and then yeah, I built up a really cool relationship with like big open plan, high volume practices, and I would go around and shadow a load. And that's when I met Tom Waller, who's up in Lincoln. He's a
Mm,
great guy to get on the podcast, by the
mm,
way. You'd love him.
yeah.
Yeah, so very luckily, I got offered a position straight out of uni to go, literally got my piece of paper, backpack on, 3 hours north,
Whew.
go. And I actually lived in an Airbnb for about 2 months before I then found a room to rent. I was
Right.
literally like the next day, I was like, mate, I've got my degree. And he's like, cool, I've opened your diary for tomorrow. I was like,
Whoa.
mate, I'm coming up. So it was baptism by fire, but it was amazing. Like they've got X-ray. It ticked all my boxes. Open plan,
Mm,
X-ray, and he's a great mentor and tutor in that sense. So
mm,
really under his wing for the next 2.5 years. Yeah, I spent the first 2.5 years learning from Tom. I managed to sort of go. I think like I started from a fresh diary. My busiest week was like 270, 280 or something. It was like heaven for an associate. You know, you just turn up,
yeah.
adjust hundreds of people, go home, switch off for a 3-day weekend. You work 4 days. Great. Like it was good fun. I learned so much about business, adjusting, all that fun stuff.
Yes.
And yeah, and then the only reason I really left was it's not home. It sounds
Mm,
really weird, but I have a huge social group. My family, my friends were all back down in Oxfordshire. So,
mm,
and it's a good 3 hours. And every weekend, me and my wife were driving back home. Like she moved her whole life up with me. She's a holistic therapist, does like
oh,
massages,
okay.
care stuff, yeah, all that fun stuff as well.
Wow.
So she opened up her own business up there, did that for 2.5 years, and we both said we're driving home, as in Oxfordshire, every
Yeah.
and it's tiring, and we were like, shall we just go back? And my
Oh.
contract came to an end. I worked an extra 6 months, and yeah, it was such a fun experience being up there. And Lincoln's gorgeous, but yeah, we
Mm,
decided to come home, and that's when Cotswold Chiropractic Centre sort of started in
yeah.
January 2024, and then it's just been a whirlwind. I mean, being a business owner and trying to juggle everything, and I got married last year and bought a house back down here, and it's just like,
Sounds like 2025 has been like a growth year in terms of life, not just chiropractic, but obviously chiropractic too.
yeah,
What will be the
huge.
difference being an associate and being a business owner that you would wish you knew earlier before starting that?
It's not hard to open up your own business.
Mm,
It's the quantity of stuff. So it's the work isn't hard. Anyone can do it. You can learn how to make a Facebook ad. You can learn how to stick a microphone on you and make a video and open up a business and buy a
mm,
few benches and a few computers. It's not hard.
mm,
It's just relentless in terms of you don't really switch off. Like this morning, it's
mm,
day off today. I've already ordered stuff for the business this morning. I've been checked on the practice hub. We use practice hub over here for like diaries,
yeah,
and like checked all my associates doing all this. Like you're non-stop, and there's
yeah,
always something going on.
mm,
And it's the quantity of stuff. So you have to be willing to basically commit a lot, especially if you want to see a lot of people.
mm,
So you could just run a home practice and see half an hour appointments and see 5, 10 people a day. Fine.
mm,
But that's like not what I've built or what I wanted. So yeah, I would say it's totally achievable, but you have to have a certain amount of oomph. You have to have a bit of a fire under your bum to keep you moving in the right direction, because if
mm,
you stop moving forward, you will very fast burn and just and it all
mm,
implodes. So I think that would be my biggest takeaway is it's totally doable. You just have to be 110% in it, and
mm,
you have to make it work. Like I know friends who have come out of chiropractic school and tried to open up their own practice, and some people make it work, some people don't. And there's a certain kind of person and a character that is able to grind it out
mm,
and get it to where it needs to be. And then there's other people who just don't have that, unfortunate to say, that like charisma, that push. You need to have that people need to want to come and see you because you're a happy, energetic, you're a role model, you're everything, the
Mm,
full package of chiropractic,
mm,
not a chiropractor. It sounds really weird, but that's how we've built our community. And I'm not poo-pooing those other people. I just don't think that they'll ever get to that point of job satisfaction.
mm.
I speak to high volume practice people and they're just like, the lives we are changing is incredible. And I see people moaning on Facebook who are like stuck in that 30, 40-minute model, closed room, white walls, shirt and tie. And I'm like, dude, I'm like, shoes off. I don't wear shoes in my practice. I wear a short sleeve shirt, not a t-shirt. I do wear a shirt, but I wear like
Yeah.
a short sleeve linen shirt, pair of trousers, and I hug my patients when they come in. I hug them when they leave. There's not a single white wall in my practice. There's plants everywhere. There's wood. There's fun lo-fi music. It's just
Mm.
walking into someone's living room.
It's very relaxed, very calm, and is it a vision that you've always wanted to, or is it like similar to where you were practicing in LinkedIn also?
It's the whole system is very similar to Epoch when I was in Lincoln,
Mm.
but the feel and the vibe is more me.
Mm.
Tom is very clean, precise. He's military background, so it was very clean, precise glass and things like that,
Mm.
which was lovely, and it was always spick and span. Mine's a little bit more. There's a dog bowl on the floor full of people bring to practice,
Oh, that's lovely.
plants everywhere. I've got like crystals under the wall, a little bit more, like let's say woo woo, a little bit
Mm.
more woo woo kind of stuff going on, and I think that's that Kairos influence, and
Mm.
even Stan, the sort of healing from the inside out, the breath, there's that influence of myself. That's basically been put into the practice, and we live really close to something called Soho Farmhouse, which is like a members thing, and it's super bougie, and my wife is a member, and I get to go as a guest. But we literally were like, this is the vibe that we want.
Mm.
So we literally just made it like it sounds really cringe, but it's like a Soho house, but
Mm.
for chiropractic. And it just fits the Cotswolds where we are.
Mm.
It's all that kind of premium service level, but comfortable. Yeah.
Mm.
Lots of woods, lots of greens, lots of creams and browns and that kind of thing.
Sounds like incorporating nature, incorporating like the principle that you've talked about, healing from the inside, organized. So sounds like a lovely place that you've built yourself
Yeah.
from
But then we've
zero.
got like all the other stuff, like we've got an X-ray machine. Like I have all of the stuff that's
Yes.
necessary to be a professional chiropractor. But then there's that I like Stu Bittman as well, where it's like love everyone. Like you
Mm.
actually have to care and love them, and people will feel you're genuinely invested in them as much as they have financially and time-wise invested in you. You
Mm.
have to be energetically invested in them.
You did mention like being a business owner is very relentless. You need to be 100%, 110% committed to it. What is it that is keeping your fire going, keeping your inspiration? And is there any mentor that's still, or is it just more on you trying to build your fire yourself?
Great question. So yeah, I'll do the mentor thing first. So I was mentoring with Tom after I finished. So he helped me
Mm.
get all the systems in place and everything. And after about 6 months, I obviously would have been mentored by Tom for about 3 years at that point. And I basically just started exploring different mentors. Spoke to Stu, spoke to Lou Edwards, and then I know this guy called Donald Francis,
Mm-hmm.
and he's now my mentor. He has been for a year and a bit. We just hosted a brain-based chiropractic
Yes.
seminar at my practice,
Yes.
or 2 weeks ago, and yeah, that was good fun. So he's been mentoring me, which helps me like get to that. You just feel like you've learned enough from one person. He's well aware that at one point I will outgrow him, and we go to the next level.
Yes.
Having a coach and a mentor definitely keeps you on track. There's just certain things where he's just like, just change this overnight and just see what happens. Like changing my diary from 10 minutes to 15-minute slots. But
Mm.
instead of booking myself I used to see 2 in 10. It's
Yeah.
the same amount of people, but 3 in 15.
Mm.
And he was like, just like, there's no rhyme or reason really.
Yeah.
Just energetically, he's like, let's see what we can do. And it just, for some reason, something fresh, something new, just made that.
Ah.
So that's quite cool, and it helps keep that fire ignite as well. So if you tell your coach and your mentor what your goals and your dreams are, and they hold you accountable as well as you holding yourself accountable. You just kind of, they help you stay on that ladder of success and just keep you going forward. But the fire, for me, like it's kind of deep in a weird way of why I'm doing what I'm doing quite
Mm.
relentlessly, is because I grew up on a council estate, single mum, and it was just hard. I saw my mum struggle. I look back now and I'm like, fuck, like that's crazy. And I said to myself, I never want to be in that position, which not in a horrible way to my mum, but like
Yes.
I just never want to be in the position of every month you have to make like that. So I worked really hard to basically just make the business successful. And
Mm.
don't get me wrong, like the last 2 years of building my own practice from scratch,
Yeah.
the first year was hard. Like I think I took 1 week off, and I know it's not healthy, but it's now at the point where we're taking at least a week off every 3 months. There's your 4 weeks holiday a year, and it's finding that balance. Yeah, but I've seen both sides of like you can live one way if
Mm.
you try hard enough and you really care. And we're in a profession where literally, if you love people and are genuine, you will become successful, I think. So I've seen both sides of the spectrum now, and I'm far from rich. I'm in a terraced house still, but like I'm in a different position to what my mum was. Like we
Mm.
can go for a Sunday lunch yesterday and not really worry about it. There's
Mm.
those little things in life where it's like, great, it's fine. And yeah, so that's a big driver for me. Yeah, but on my wall, my main thing is change the world one adjustment at a time.
Oh,
That's
nice.
all we can do. Focus in the now. One adjustment. Be with that person. Be present. Adjust them as well as you can adjust them.
Mm.
And give them everything. They will come back, and you'll just keep. It's not only get them well, but keep them well.
Mm.
I'm huge on prevention. I've got a couple that have been seeing me since day one, and they come every 3 weeks.
Mm.
Yeah, and they're like, we don't ever want to go back to what we were. We feel better than we have for the last 10, 15 years. And it age-wise, they're like in their mid 60s. They're like, we should be getting old and decrepit. And
Mm.
stuff like hearing stuff like that keeps me so motivated. It's like
Mm.
not just getting people out of their symptom relief, the
Mm-hmm.
first bit, but guiding them into understanding our chiropractic way of life and having them kind of, yeah, endorse that. That's what's the big driver for me. Yeah.
Initially, when you started the practice, how did you like start seeing people? Did you even start your ads before you open up your doors? How does it work for you?
Literally, yeah, just Facebook, Instagram. I watched a 1 hour YouTube video how to make. I'd never even done like a sponsored advert before. So I was like, I don't even know how to do it. Do I just post something? It's like, no, you don't. You have to go into Ad Manager, go into the media library, upload some media, put some, yeah, and it was, and I just learned in an hour how to do it.
Mm.
Bought myself a little cheap phone stand with a light and like a little microphone. Did that, and I think in my first month I saw like 43 new patients or something. I just put an
Mm.
ad out. I think I spent like 100 quid, £10 a day or something, and it just
Mm.
flooded people in. But because I grew up around here, my practice is about half an hour, 40 minutes from where I grew up.
Oh,
I
okay.
do get a few people from where I live, but it's slightly out a bit. But it's word of mouth. People are like,
Mm.
"Oh, Lewis has just opened up a practice
No, Lewis
over."
is back.
Yeah, Lewis is back. It's like, "Oh, cool."
Aw.
And I've always been somewhat in the community doing sort of very
Mm.
sporty, so all the sports clubs know me, and so it was quite nice. I came back and just emailed everyone, put it on my Facebook, put it on Instagram,
Mm.
Google, yeah, all the usual stuff. Yeah.
Is there anything that you would change knowing where you are now than initially when you started?
Oh, don't do print advertising. Apart from local parish little ones, like
Okay.
so. My practice is near a place called North Leach,
Okay.
little town. We're talking
Okay.
like 5,000 people.
Right.
Little parish magazine costs me £100 a year to have like a page advert in it, and I get so many people. I also advertised in something called the Cotswold Life.
Yes.
Big brandy kind of, oh yeah, we've got like Rolex as sponsors, blah blah blah. So I had half a page in that, £500 a month for a year,
Yeah.
spent 6 grand,
No
nothing,
one.
nothing. So the little local things,
Mm.
beautiful. The big ones, nah, stay away.
Stay away.
Save
Um,
yourself a few grand.
I think it's more on like the community that you're building also and how like it's more niche down as compared to like
Exactly.
big brands. They don't probably didn't see your smaller advert.
Exactly. And we do like local talks at local businesses. So if a
Mm,
patient I went to the Cirencester City Council, the
mm,
town council building the other day and did a talk for like 40 council workers and about 10 of them came and booked in a new patient. Yeah, and I've no doubt the other 30 will come in the
yeah,
next 5 years. Do you know
exactly.
and it's
Exactly.
building that. The more people that start seeing me from there, the more people are like, "Oh, well, Lewis helped me with this, and
Yes.
we've got my headaches are gone, and I've started drinking water. Oh my God, like things like that."
Yeah.
So you just yeah, you the more you become known in the community, the more
Mm,
it spirals. So for like I'm not bookable for new patients unless it's
mm,
a referral. I can't, I just, my diary can't handle it at the moment.
yeah.
All I've got space for is like, I just make it so that it's a referral because I know they're going to start care anyway.
Yes.
Any adverts we do now go straight to both of my associates. Like you can't book in with me.
Mm,
I've disabled it online. So
oh,
that's nice. And they will get to that point as well,
yes.
but in a couple of years' time.
How long did you decide that, okay, it's going to be just word of mouth referral?
Literally only in the last 3, 4 months
Mm,
because you obviously need an influx of new patients at all times. 2 or 3 will keep you going. 4, 5, 6 will a
mm,
week will build your diary. But I was so fully booked up for the next like 2 weeks of new patients
mm-hmm.
that I was like, I'd rather have the higher quality referrals only because then when Jane
Yes.
comes and says my husband wants to come and I'm like he's got to wait 3 weeks. I'm like I want to create space for my community specifically. Not that I don't want the others, but I'm funneling them, Emmanuel and Susie, rather
Mm.
than straight to me.
At what point did you feel like, okay, it's time to hire someone new in the team? Or did you initially already?
Do you know, last year, my plan was to hire an associate every year. So last year, Susie came and started and worked for about 6, 7 months. Basically, got pregnant the day that she came for her interview, and we gave her the job, which is amazing. So we've now got little baby Clover, who's going to be,
Oh,
which is great because it's good for social media. So I'm stealing her baby for photos. Yeah, but she's her first day back from maternity is today. So
oh,
she's already been in practice, and the patients that I've been seeing for the last year,
yeah.
we've funneled back to Susie
Mm,
because I'm seeing them. They're now on maintenance, so they're every 3 weeks. And then I just funneled them back to Susie. So she's actually got adjustments this week as well as 6 new patients because she's come back part time. And then Emmanuel was our new hire who started at the beginning of January. And he's flying. He's doing great. It's just there's space and the overheads don't change.
mm,
So I'm hiring obviously right now for a part-time assistant just to work a full day Monday and a Wednesday evening
yes.
because that's the days that my assistant, the full-time assistant, isn't there. So we just basically are filling in the gaps. It's not going to cost a lot, but bringing in an associate is just the community. I want to get adjusted regularly as well. So like instead of me having to drive to my friend all the time, get my weekly adjustment at least, I can now get adjusted 4 times a week if I want. So which I pretty much do. So
Mm,
there's lots of perks to having them. There is stress because it's on your shoulders to get them booked up, provide a system and everything, and mentorship.
mm,
I'm a mentor and a coach for both of them, so it's more of my time. But it becomes a bit more self-sufficient. I can now go on holiday a lot easier. Say I'm stepping away. Patients of mine who are once a week or twice a week or 3 times a week, just see them for this one week. Brilliant. And then I'm back. So it provides a little bit more flexibility in your life, although you commit more time because I do
yes.
fortnightly check-ins with both of them and we do an
Mm,
hour of training and yeah, there's a lot of stuff that goes with it, but bigger picture flexibility, you get more.
mm.
Yeah.
What is it that being a coach or mentorship has changed in a way when you initially started and now that you've been with them for 2 years?
I think at the start, because when I was coaching Susie and mentoring her at the start, I that was my first time coaching and mentoring, really.
Mm-hmm.
I was learning with her and I was like, oh, okay, like this is how I need to structure it from now on.
Mm,
I feel like my business acumen and my experience, even in the last few years, you get to a point. I'm 4.5 years out of uni now, and which is still going to seem like a baby to some people, but in the moment you feel really competent, very
Mm-mm-mm.
confident in what I'm saying and doing now, and that comes across to your new associates, and it's like, right, this is how we do things, these are my
Mm-hmm.
results, this is what's going on, this is our process. stick
Yes.
stick to the plan in a way, but make it your own, do whatever you need to
Right.
it. But I'm a little bit more assertive now, I think.
Mm.
Like, this is good, you can do what you want, you're an associate, I can't tell you what to do,
Yeah.
but this works in this practice, this is how we do things. And both of them loved it, so they asked for jobs, and here we are.
Well, that's great. That's great. You did mention about the chiropractic way of life. What is it? Do you want to explain further with what's the chiropractic way of life?
I might ruffle a few feathers here, but I'm that kind of guy. I wouldn't go to a personal trainer if they were unfit or unhealthy.
Mm.
Why would I go to a chiropractor who's not looking after themselves? Not just in like how they look or anything like that, but just I want to go to a chiropractor who's clearly strong, active. Like, I'm slim built, but I go to the gym. I have some sort of muscle there. Do you know what I mean? Like, I
Yes.
stay active and fit. I can lift my patients off the bench if they need to. I'm full of energy. I drink water. I literally, do you know what I mean? It's that
Yes.
everything. I'm reading books. I'm not sitting at home scrolling, doom scrolling. People ask me what I'm doing for the weekend. I'm hiking. I'm doing this. I'm active. Because people are going to come to you and want help. And if you're not helping yourself, I completely disagree with that. Like, I don't think you can give that advice. You got to practice what we preach.
Yes. You can't give what you don't have, isn't it?
Yeah, we got to practice what we preach. It's the
Mm.
chiropractic way of life. Eat well, drink well, move well, think well. James Chestnut.
Quote.
Yeah, quote. Yeah, that's not me. Copyright that to him.
No, that's okay. You're not making popular. But if someone wants to be healthier, what is one advice that you can give them so they can start living healthier today?
My two things I start everyone on is drink more water and don't sleep on your tummy. And that comes from BJ Palmer. Literally, those were his two things. If you're going to do anything, don't sleep on your tummy, drink more water. And that's the starting point. And if you're overweight, move more, eat less. I saw this quote come up on Instagram. Again, gonna ruffle some feathers. You take your dog to the vet and it's overweight, they tell you feed it less, take it for more walks. They don't say, oh, it's metabolism, it's this, it's that, it's its hormones, it's this. No, feed it less. Like, we've overcomplicated this. Stop telling your patients to take bloody Ozempic and shit. Just tell them to eat healthy, drink water, and move.
Like health is so simple, but it's being complicated
So
with these different things.
yeah. Like, I have glasses of wine with like my Sunday roast yesterday, like, and we'll have a pudding,
Yeah.
but it's not
It's not like 3 times a day.
not extreme. Exactly. It's a treat. Keep it a treat. They're treats for a reason. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm aware with the timing now. We're coming towards the end and we're just scratching the surface with what you have in store. Before we wrap things up, what is one quote, one advice that you would give to your younger self when you're playing table tennis at your 14 or even your graduate? What's one thing that you want to give?
I probably would have just said, you know, deep down what you're going to do in your future and what you want to become, which is a chiropractor. Just do it. My regret is waiting 2.5 years to go to uni.
Mm,
Because I look back and I go, where would I be right now? Because I'm going to be, in 2.5 years' time, so much crazy busier, and like, my life is going to be so much better
mm,
in 2.5 years' time than it is today, looking
mm.
at the trajectory of my life and how
Yes.
it's going, that I could have had that right now.
What were you doing in the 2.5 years? Were you just working, fixing computers? That's it? Or what is...
Literally, that is it. Playing sport, like, just,
Mm.
yeah, it's just being a human being. I wasn't thriving, I was surviving.
What is that shift then after the end of 2.5 years? Like, okay, enough's enough. Let's get back to uni.
I've never been a miserable, depressed, anxious person. And I was like, I looked at this job and I was like, I'm waking up not wanting to go to my job. And
Mm,
I love what you do. Like, you need to, if you're going to become a chiropractor, you have to love it. Chiropractic doesn't want and doesn't need people who are not in love with chiropractic. Like,
mm,
we don't want you. If you're
mm.
not in it, please don't become a chiropractor because you're going to tarnish the name of chiropractic. And it just completely shifted my mind. I woke up and I was like, oh, I got to go to work. I'm going in today on my day off and I'm absolutely buzzing. I got my chiropractic tea. I do.
Wow.
My whole drawer is just full of chiropractic stuff. Down by my side of my bed, my 3 books I have is literally Arno Bernier,
Oh,
a green book, Palmer's Law of Life,
yes.
and the Triune of Life, Reggie Gold. Like, surround yourself with what you want to become. You
Mm,
have to just like absorb knowledge. On my drive to and from work, I'm listening to Earl Nightingale, Bob Proctor, like even pre-recordings of Reggie or Sigafus. Like, just consume, become what you want to. Like, if I wanted to just sit at home and brain rot, fine,
mm,
but I'd probably be limited to 50 people a week, and I'd live an okay life and be like, ugh, work. Whereas now I'm like, I got 200 people waiting for. There's a line of people outside my practice. There's a queue of associates who want a job at my
mm,
practice. Honestly, it sounds really big-headed, but we have the pick.
mm,
Like,
mm.
I had so many people ask for jobs, even when the job doesn't exist, and I get the pick of the lot because we've created this
Yeah,
space.
it's like you've created this space where people want to be with you.
We're attracting, like we are open, we're receiving, we're attracting rather than pushing.
Where it would be the best place to find you?
Instagram's the best. Dr. Lewis Sumner DC on my personal one, and then Cotsworld Chiropractic Centre on Instagram. But then, like you said at the start, I've got the Chiropractic Student Podcast that I've been doing for
Yes,
like 5, 6 years. I
yes,
started
yes,
it when I was a student. So there's some great chats on there with unfortunately some legends that we've lost in the profession.
mm.
But it's great to hear what they have to say, like Arno Bernier.
What inspired you to start the podcast when you're a student?
I guess like you, I wanted to speak to people in the profession who
Mm,
I wanted to hear from, and I
mm.
decided to record the conversation and put it on the internet. So, like, I had a free conversation, I had a free mentoring session for half an hour, like this.
Mm,
Like, you might say, "Look, oh my God, I got some golden nuggets there." You get a free mentoring coaching session, and
yes.
all I did was record it and put it on the internet. But yeah, I spoke to Tim Young, Brett Jones, Arno Bernier, the guys from Syntropy. I've had loads on there. There's loads, local
Yes,
people, worldwide. It's yeah,
yes. We'll put the links into the description below, and I think this is a super good resource for students, for people who want to know more about legends, know about yourself. That's where I knew about your also. So I think you're impacting people without knowing.
it's cool. I love that. That's my goal.
That's perfect then. Thank you so much for your time, Lewis, and we will speak really soon. Hopefully, we meet you in person at the conference or whatnot.
I'm sure we will. Thank you.
Perfect then.
Thank you for tuning in to the Life of Being podcast. Let us know what is your one key takeaway from this episode. And if this conversation inspired you, share it with a friend who might find it helpful today. Until next time, take care of your health and take care of your being.